Yizzo Peoples. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see. We ain't gonna get much people in here. Everybody's at work. 3 hours ago. Depends on where you're at in the world. Oh boy, I'm bored. So fucking bored. Losing my mind. Yeah. Oh shit. 6 people showed up in here like magic. Y'all was like genies. Y'all went boop. There's like 6 people up in here, yo. What's up, everybody? We talking about the gray aliens. Y'all know anything about the gray aliens? Tape ton Jex. I only talk English. You gotta translate that to English. All right, so I got 8 people in here. We're about to talk about the grays. Did anybody ever see like them gray alien movies, like E.T. Goes Home type of stuff? Hello, Cohen. What's up, baseball bros? We talking about the grays, the gray aliens, and what's going on with the political system. Y'all want to talk about it? You're a head of genius. Genies? You're head of genies or genius? Oh, that's what that meant? That's what's up, bro. So, we're going to talk about the gray aliens, right? And I want to show y'all something. They're involved in NDEs, right? What is that? Near-death experiences, right? And NDEs are Cohen says, do you want me to send 500 bucks? You could donate if you want. There's a link on my homepage. But 500, that's like crazy. There's options for like 10, 20, 30 bucks. But aliens, yes. Slade says aliens. We are talking about aliens, y'all. And they're gray aliens. And did y'all ever notice how life went by so fast and we got all these like technology, technological development so quick. Like it just like popped up. All of a sudden we got televisions, phones, computers, and all that stuff. So that, right? Hell yeah, I'm all right. I'm about to show y'all something. So what's going on, right? These aliens. All right, that's cool. So these aliens, right? They are telepathic. So if you go on those UFO people that's doing disclosure, like search for them, UFO disclosure, right? You're gonna see all these like former military people, and they're like, yes, we experience aliens, and you know they're real. Sometimes we go to battle, sometimes we don't. So when you look into those, they're gonna tell a story about how they are telepathic. So they will like somehow shoot like a thought form with a voice into your brain, right? And you could hear it. So if a group of aliens come down and like you meet with them and the leader like communicates with the whole group, right? Boom, everybody heard a message, right? So that's telepathy, right? So these aliens and the Greys, they could read your thoughts because if they're sending thoughts, they could pull your thoughts from you to hear it, right? So how is it that when these gray aliens came down years ago, right? In the 60s, the 50s, whenever they showed up, right? And they shared technology. Why is it that they couldn't use telepathy, right? To pull the information from the leaders that they met with and then tell the other group, right? Because there's two groups. You got these ET experiencers that don't work for the government. So you got the government people and then the non-governments, right? Why is it that the ETs never told these people that the governments are stealing life insurance policies with the banking system from the gay community? So they read thoughts and stuff like that. So are the ETs like responsible for like damages, like criminal damages or some kind of like neglect? Because if we have neglect on this planet, right? Like you're a doctor, you neglect your patient. These things are saying that they're the guardians and they're coming back to Earth, right? So isn't it neglect if they didn't release the message years ago so we could like fix the stuff sooner? So that's just like a baseline, right? Or like an intro to what? To the link that I made. So the next link is why is it that these GOP people, the main conservatives, right, are doing all this destructive garbage with the economic system, trying to maintain their job, right? Because your job as a politician, uh, you would get the first like claim to things, right? And these people, they so thirsty that they're just making shit up about economics, making up anything about Democrats, and Democrats are the poor people. So they're just like fighting to stay in the job in order to get like a first person experience with this new, what is that? Revelations or disclosure. There you go. So that's basically what it is. So these pieces of shit, right? The GOP, they already got the first like of everything, right? Their parents or whatever. They came here, they built up the country with free black people called slaves, right? So bam, they got a head start, right? So then they got a head start in the money system, and bam, they got a head start in the money system because they keep like building up their assets and their money, their banking accounts, right? With the stock markets. So it's like they're greedy and they're hogging everything. And I'm trying to figure out what kind of like punishment or condemnations would a disgusting group of people experience when it comes for them to pass away and go for judgment up in like a heaven realm, you know? Because this is disgusting behavior. They cause a lot of uh, starvation around the world trying to hold on to this technology. And let's say if it's technology, uh, that I guess it will be a small group, right, of people that's associated or close to the technology, like time travel and interstellar horseshit. And then everybody else, they're just like programming to basically tell bullshit stories about the Democrats. So this technology that the GOP is close to, are they attempting to murder Democrats because they are pedophiles, right? They're a group of pedophiles that fucks little kids. They're rich, super rich. They kidnap people, right? And the technology is time travel. So you could go back and forth in time. So is that one of their schizophrenic, uh, I guess, military missions to attack the Democrats and everything else around the world in order to keep their jobs, in addition to being the first at disclosing top secret information? It's very bizarre. So, in the event the Democrats gain access to this technology, they could see that all the GOP wealthy dumbasses, and they could track them throughout time, that been kidnapping the little kids and raping them. So let's say you are a 50-year-old GOP conservative, right? Next to this time travel technology, and you're gonna die in 30 years. So you'll die at age 80. Imagine if the Democrats receive the technology and all of a sudden your future changes. You end up in jail for fucking little kids. So basically, that's a bigger story to this gray alien agenda and the Pleiadians, the so-called guardians, and they're like all over the internet with this new age horseshit. So they are also telepathic, and the Pleiadians, they could go to the past, present, future. The Greys could do it, but the thing is, if we got a flood, right? The ice caps are melting. This is where the neglect is coming from when it comes to them being your guardian angels or whatever you want to believe. These motherfuckers, by not disclosing something so serious to people sooner, they should be responsible for all the dead humans or the misery that comes from the floods and the melting ice caps. And if it happens within 2 years, it just makes, like looking back throughout the years, right? It just makes the whole system look weird, or the whole operation look weird, because the Pleiadians are saying that they're coming to help and rescue us, right? And then when these channelers channel, they were like, oh, we are not here to help. But they already did by saying, oh, we're here. And then they're trying to give instructions and shit. But it's like a lot of confusion in that light worker, new age, spiritual, whatever community. So there's like a lot of cosmic violations if you want to like open up the law books for cosmic law, because it's like some weird entrapment or scam that's going on, even though there's a simulation story about or a simulation aspect of the planet, right? As in, it's not real, it's just a game, right? So this shit is so weird. Just like looking back, because this Trump bullshit should have never really happened if there's a flood coming and we got to rescue so many people. So, yeah, those are my thoughts about this GOP people, the specially race, the special race chosen by God, the white-faced God named Zeus, and his group of slave and descendants of slave owners and all kinds of shit. It's just fucking weird, man. So, yeah, that's it. The top of the pyramid is a bunch of white people. They're doing a lot of bad things. They're somehow the chosen people. And they fucked over humanity. That's as simple as you could say it. Yeah. So that's a that's it for my rant. Uh yeah. Anybody got questions? Cohen says SYBAU. I don't know what that means. So we got 10 people in here. No questions, comments, insults, anything. All right. Well, I'm getting ready to log out, people. So y'all take it easy. This rant was like 17 minutes. So EJ Wiley got to go.